Hello there, future fellow weirdo of the flock. Welcome to the most offensive church of the universe, the Party Pig. And what we do here in this most amazing place, we read this great ass book called Das Bible, God's unofficial biography, as read by yours truly, the Saint of Awesome, your Superstone Sage, Saint Nikki K the Great, and I am wonderful. Clap for me, I clap for you. Okay, let's see if this works. It does work. Haha. Awesome. And the music works. Hopefully, it's not too loud. We'll just leave it there and hope it's not too loud. So, anyway, we are on the book of Samuel, First Samuel, the story of David, which is amazing. We're on the story of David, and I cannot wait. Like, literally, I can't wait to get to the story of David. But I have to do this real quick, or I'm gonna get so lost in the sauce. Okay. So, now we are reading some more of the story of David. So let's put my one hitter and shut away. Put my mouse over there. Put the cigarette tube right there. Okay. Oh no. What happened? Oh no, what happened? The page got all screwed up. Okay, here we go. Some more of the story of David. Yeah. So, Jesus is in a spaceship, and we got a fire going, and I am running towards Jesus' spaceship because he's taking us to the time of David, and we are going to find out all about David and God. So, we are on chapter 29. And it says, the Philistines gathered together all their enemies at Aphek, and the Israelites encamped by a fountain which is in Jezreel. And the lords of the Philistines passed in review by hundreds and thousands, but David and his men passed in review at the rear with Achish. Then the princes of the Philistines said, what are these Hebrews doing here? But they're not Hebrews. No. Actually, David is a Bethlehemite. But okay. Anyway. He's like, but what is this guy doing here? Because he should not be here, right? And Achish was like, no, he's with me. He'll be totally good. Don't even worry about it. This is David, the servant of the King of Israel, who has been with me all these days, or these years. And to this day, I have found no fault in him since he defected to me. But the princes of the Philistines were angry. So the princes said, "Make this fellow return, that he may go back to the place you have appointed for him. And do not let him go down with us to battle, because he could see his fellow countrymen get it, and it would be terrible for him, and then he'll start killing us all. Because we're going to kill somebody he knows." It's not happening. That there are many things that we're going to do, but that is not one of them. And listen, they have a song about him on ancient radio. There's a fucking song about how he can kill people quick as shit. He kills more people than the king. And there's a song about him, literally. He's not going. Then Achish called to David and was like, "Yeah, they're not going to let you go." Huh. Yeah, they are totally afraid of you, dude. There's a song. Like, did you know there's a song written about you? Yeah, they know that song. So it's better if you don't go with us. Yeah. Because you've been totally good to me, and I have not found evil in you. Nevertheless, the answer is no, you can't go, babe. So David said, "Well, what the hell, man? What the hell? What? You said I've been good with you, and like you trust me and whatnot. And why would you think that I wouldn't do that? Like, why would they think that I would turn? Because that's not a thing." Then Achish was like, "Dude, I know, but like the answer is no. So go back to Ziklag, okay?" So David and his men rose early to depart in the morning and return to Ziklag, and the Philistines went up to Jezreel. Okay, so that's the end of that chapter. Yay, things are happening. So, that was a pretty short chapter. It's a pretty short chapter. I don't know. I'm going to find out how many chapters there are. Probably a lot of them. No. This is a... Oh my god, no, there's not. Holy crap. Wow. Holy shit. There's literally 2 chapters left. Holy cow. We got through that quick as shit. Man. I'm good at ad-libbing. See, I know things. I'm a sage. I sit in my cave and I know things. I'm so smart. Actually, I don't know what any of that has to do with being so smart. But whatever. Okay. So we're on chapter 30. Now, it happened when David and his men came to Ziklag on the third day that the Amalekites invaded the south and Ziklag, and they burnt it with fire and had taken captive the women and those that were there, from small to great. They did not kill anyone, but carried them away and went their way. So David and his men came to the city, and there it was burned with fire. And their wives, their sons, their daughters had been taken captive. Uh, uh, uh. And taken captive. Then David and the men who were with him lifted up their voices and wept until they had no more power to weep. And David's two wives, Ahinoam and Abigail, had been taken captive. Now David was greatly distressed, for the people spoke of stoning him, because the soul of all the people was grieved, every man for his sons and his daughters. But David strengthened himself in the Lord his God. Yeah, because that's a thing that everybody needs to do. Yeah. Then David said to Abiathar, the priest, please bring the ephod here to me. So Abiathar brought the ephod to David. So David inquired of the Lord, saying, shall I pursue this troop and overtake them? And God was like,
fuck yeah. Why are you even asking? Oh my god. Let's go fight. We'll have such a good time. Oh my god. Oh, yeah. David! David! We're gonna go fight. Yeah. We're gonna kick so much ass. It's gonna be like, ba-ba-bow. They're not even gonna know. Yup. They're not even gonna know. It's gonna be like, red, quick as shit. Nobody even knows. Yeah. You know. I know. It's gonna be a good time. Yeah. Have fun. I'm so proud of you. I wish I could pinch your cheeks. Oh, you're so fat. I love you. Yeah, we're gonna go. Okay. Later, dude.
I can't stand him. He's so fun. Oh my God. Okay. So David went, and the 600 men who were with him, and came to the brook Besor, where those stayed who were left behind. But David pursued, he and 400 men, for 200 stayed behind, who were so weary that they could not cross the brook. Hey, Neil. Okay. Could not cross the books. Besor. Okay. How are you? Happy Friday indeed. Yeah, happy Friday indeed, dude. So, we're on the story of David, which is so exciting. I love it. And Fred must have forgot I go live because he didn't show up on my build side. I bet he doesn't want to come because he hasn't emailed me either. So I don't know. But I'm glad you showed up because I was starting to think nobody was going to show up. So I'm glad you showed up. Yep. Anyway, we're on the story of David, and God is having so much fun. And then they found an Egyptian in the field and brought him to David. They gave him bread, and he ate, and they let him drink water. And then they gave him a piece of cake of figs and 2 clusters of raisins. So, when he had eaten, his strength came back to him, for he had eaten no bread nor drunk water for 3 days and 3 nights. Then David said, "Okay, who are you?" And he said, "I'm a young man from Egypt, servant of an Amalekite, and he left me behind because 3 days ago I fell sick. We made an invasion of the southern area of the Kerethites in a territory which belongs to Judah, and the southern area of Caleb, and we burned Ziklag with fire." And David said, "Can you take me to where they are?" And he was like, "You swear not to kill me? I'll take you down here." And then he took them there. They were spread out all over the land, eating and drinking and dancing. And because of the great spoil they had taken from the land of Philistines and Judah. Then David attacked them from twilight to evening the next day. Not a man escaped, except 400 young men who rode on camels and fled. So David covered all that the Amalekites carried away, and David rescued his 2 wives, and nothing of theirs was lacking, neither small, great, son, anything. And David recovered all of it. We just said that. So he took everything and said, "This is David's spoil." Now David came to the 200 men who had been weary, they could not follow, whom they also made to stay at the brook. They went out to meet David and the people who were with him. And when David came near, he greeted them. Then the wicked and worthless men of those who went with David answered and said, "Because they did not go with us, we will not give them any of the spoil, except for every man's wife and children, that they may lead them away and depart." But David was like, "Yeah, no, that's not what they're going to do. That's not what's going to happen. As a matter of fact, they'll get whatever it's supposed to be." So it was from that day forward, it was a statute, an ordinance for these terrible ass people to this day. Now, when David came to Ziklag, he sent some of the spoils to the elders of Judah, to his friends, saying, "Here's a present for you from the spoils of the enemies of the Lord." To those who were in Bethel, Ramoth, Jittidir, Aor, Siphamoth, Eshtoma, Raquel, the Jeremielites, Kenites, Hormah, Korshagan, Atak, Hebron, to all the places where David and his men were accustomed to rove. So they were going to go and steal this stuff back anyway. Okay, so that's the end of chapter 30. And now we are on the last chapter. So I want to say hello to everyone. It's nice that you're watching. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and feel free to chat in the chat. We're taking a smoke break real quick before we read this last chapter. So, Neil, how are you? And how is everybody else? Oh, I forgot. So look at this. Oh, hello everyone. Thank you for watching. I suppose you could take a smoke break with me. And then we can read the last chapter of Kings. But first, we're taking a smoke break. Neil. Wait, we're giving one word answers now. Neil. What? Are you taking a smoke break with me? Well, actually, it's not going to be much of a break. We're just rolling a cigarette. I guess I should quit calling it a smoke break. Because it's not really a break. I just gotta roll a cigarette. Because I'm irresponsible and immature and didn't roll them ahead of time because I was playing Brotato. Which that game pisses me off so bad. And I quit earlier because I was so mad. Because really, I don't really know how to play that game. Did you post your YouTube shorts? Because I made some YouTube shorts today also of my raccoons. I've got a whole bunch more that I can post. I just haven't. Because I'm kind of lazy and don't want to. But I'm going to. Because I love my raccoons, and I also want people to love my raccoons. Am I subscribed to your YouTube? Okay. Let me know. Like, give me your YouTube. And after this chapter, I'll look up your YouTube. Well, I can't even watch your things on stream. Okay. Now, the Philistines fought against Israel, and the men of Israel fled from before the Philistines and fell slain on Mount Gilboa. Then the Philistines followed hard after Saul's sons, and the Philistines killed Jonathan, Abinadab, and Malchishua, Saul's sons. The battle became fierce against Saul, and the archers hit him. He was severely wounded. Then Saul said to his armor bearer, "Draw your sword and thrust me through with it, lest these uncircumcised men come and thrust me through and abuse me. So, hey, kill me before these dudes do, and it's gonna be terrible." Okay. Are you subscribed to my YouTube? Oh, duh, you are subscribed to my YouTube. I'm an asshole. Okay, wait. Okay, anyways, Saul's sons just got killed, okay? And then Saul told his armor bearer, like, "You gotta kill me. Like, seriously, kill me. Because these people are gonna kill me and embarrass my body." Which they do anyways, but that's fine. We don't gotta know that. But his armor bearer would not. He was greatly afraid. Therefore, Saul took a sword and fell on it. And when his armor bearer saw that Saul was dead, he also fell on his sword and died. So Saul, his 3 sons, his armor bearer, and all his men died together that night. That same day. Because it might not be nighttime. And when the men of these terrible ass people who were on the other side of the valley and those who were on the other side of the Jordan saw the men had fled and that Saul and his sons were dead, they forsook the cities, and the Philistines came and dwelt in them. So it happened the next day, when the Philistines came to strip the slain, that they found Saul and his 3 sons fallen on Mount Gilboa, and they cut off his head and ripped off his armor and sent sent word throughout the land of the Philistines to proclaim it in the temple of their idols and among the people. Then they put his armor in the temple of the Ashtoreths, and they fastened his body to the wall of Bethshan. Now, when the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead heard what the Philistines had done to Saul, all the valiant men arose and traveled all night and took the body of Saul and the bodies of his sons from the wall, and they came to Jabesh and burned them there. Then they took their bones and buried them under a tamarisk tree at Jabesh and fasted 7 days. Dun, dun, dun. That's the end of that book. And tomorrow we get to start Samuel 2. Anyway, Neil, what do you think? Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to do this. Okay. So, Neil, what do you think? Oh my God, it's only 30 minutes long. Oh, well, when you watch it on 2 times speed, it's only going to be 15 minutes long. Hello, everyone. We just finished a book. And you know what? We're only at 30 minutes. Maybe we should start Samuel 2. 2 Samuel. I guess it really wouldn't make a difference if we started a new book. Okay, well then we'll do that. Because why not? Okay. Now, it came to pass after the death of Saul, when David had returned from the slaughter of the Amalekites, and David stayed 2 days in Ziklag. On the 3rd day, it happened that a man came from Saul's camp with his clothes torn and dust on his head. So, when he came to David, he did the face thing. And David was like, "What's up, dude? What are you doing?" And he was like, "I have escaped from the camp." Then David said, "How'd it go?" And he was like, "The people have fled from the battle. Many of the people are fallen, and Saul and Jonathan are also dead." So David said to the young man, "How do you know?" And then the young man who told him said, "As it happened by chance on Mount Gilboa, there was Saul leaning on his spear, and indeed the chariots and the horsemen followed hard after him. Now, when he looked behind him, he saw me and called to me." And I was like, "Well, okay, what's up?" And he said, "Who are you?" And I told him I was a Amalekite. And he said to me again, "Please kill me, for anguish has come upon me, but my life still remains." So I killed him because I was sure that he could not live after he had fallen. And I took the crown and the bracelet and brought them to you. Therefore, David took his clothes and got naked. So did all the men who were with him. And they mourned and wept and fasted for Saul and Jonathan, for the people, and because they had fallen by sword. Then David said to the young man, "Where are you from?" And he said, "I'm an Amalekite." And David says, "How was it you were not afraid to put your hand to destroy the Lord's anointed?" First off, how would he know that? And second off, how would he know that? Like, he would literally not know that. David is mourning way too hard for Saul because Saul literally tried to kill him a bunch of fucking times. Lord's anointed. Wait. Then David. Okay. Okay. Then David lamented over Saul and Jonathan, and he told them to teach the children of Judah the song of the bow, and it's written in the book of Jasher. The beauty of Israel is slain on your high places. How the mighty has fallen. Don't tell it in Gath. Proclaim it in the streets of Ashkelon. Lest the daughters of the Philistines rejoice. Lest the daughters of the uncircumcised triumph. O mountains of Gilboa, let there be no dew or rain upon you, nor fields of offerings, for the shield of the mighty is cast away there. The shield of Saul, not anointed with oil, from the blood of the slain, from the fat of the mighty. The bow of Jonathan did not turn back, and the sword of Saul did not return empty. Oh my God. In their death, they were not divided. They were swifter than eagles. They were stronger than lions. Oh, daughters of you terrible ass people, weep over Saul, who clothed you in scarlet with luxury, who put ornaments of gold on your apparel. How the mighty have fallen in the midst of the battle, and Jonathan was slain in your high places. I am distressed for you, my brother Jonathan. You have been very pleasant to me. Your love to me was wonderful, surpassing that of a woman. How the mighty have fallen, and the weapons of war perished. Dun, dun, dun. What do you want, Captain? I'm busy. Okay. So, how many minutes are we at? 40. Oh my God, that took 10 minutes. Holy crap. This is such a long song. Okay. I guess let's go on to chapter 2. Oh my God. Oh, it's so long. Okay. We can do this one. Okay. It happened after this that David inquired of the Lord, and he said, should I go up to any of the cities of Judah? And God said,
Yes. Go there. Yeah. Go to Hebron. Yeah. Go to Hebron. Yeah. Even though people call you a Hebrew and you're a Bethelite, but go to Hebron. Then it might be slightly true. Because you'll be in Hebron. But anyway, I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Maybe not. But God logic. It's God logic.
So David went up there, and his 2 wives also. And David brought up the men who were with him, everybody. And they dwelt in Hebron. Then the men of Judah came, and they anointed David king of the house of Judah. And they told David, saying, the men of the Jabesh Gilead were the ones who buried Saul. So David sent messengers and he said to them, you are blessed, for you have shown kindness to your Lord, to Saul, and have buried him. And now may the Lord show kindness and truth to you. I will also repay you, because you have done this thing. Now, therefore, let your hands be strengthened and valiant, for your master Saul is dead. And also, the house of Judah has anointed me king. Mostly because I'm awesome. Like, have you met me? I'm so cool. I have an Instagram and everything, but you'll find out about that later. I have an ID unlocked. Yeah, you'll find out about it. I haven't made it yet. Well, it's in the beginning stages. So just follow me on there and you'll see big things popping. But Abner, the son of Ner, commander of Saul's army, took Ishbosheth, the son of Saul, and brought him over to Mahanaim. And then he made him king over Gilead, over the Asherites, Jezreel, Ephraim, Benjamin, over all of Israel. Ishbosheth, Saul's son, was 40 years old when he began to reign over Israel. And he reigned 2 years. Only the house of Judah followed David. And the time that David was king in Hebron over Judah was 7 years and 6 months. Now, Abner and the servants of Ishbosheth went from Mahanaim to Gibeon, and Joab and the servants of David went out and met them by the pool of Gibeon. Okay. So they sat down, one on one side and the other on the other side. Then Abner said to Joab, "Let the young men now arise and compete before us." And Joab said, "Okay." So they arose and went over by number 12 from Benjamin, followers of Ishia-Sobek, and 12 from David. And each grasped his opponent by the head and thrust his sword through his opponent's side. So they fell down together. Now, that place was called Field of Sharp Swords, which is in Gibeon. So there was a very fierce battle, and Abner and the men of Israel were beaten before the servants of David. Now, the three sons of Joab's brothers were Abishai and Asahel. And Asahel was super fast. And so he pursued Abner and just followed him straight. Then Abner looked behind him and was like, "Dude, you're like Joab's brother and shit. Like, leave me be before I kill you and your brother Joab gets really fucking mad at me." And Asahel wouldn't do it. So Abner killed him. Thrust him all the way through with a spear. So Joab and Abishai also pursued Abner, and the sun was going down when they came to the hill of Ammah, which is before Gaia, by the road to the wilderness of Gibeon. Now, the children of Benjamin gathered together behind Abner and became a unit and took their stand on top of a hill. Then Abner called to Joab and said, "Shall the sword devour forever? Do you not know that it will be bitter in the latter end? How long will it be until you tell the people to return from pursuing their brethren?" And Joab said, "Listen, unless you would have said anything, I would have definitely pursued you and killed you." So Joab blew a trumpet, and all the people stood still and did not pursue anymore, nor did they fight anymore. Then Abner and his men went all that night through the plain, crossed over the Jordan, went through Bithron, and came to Mahanaim. So Joab returned, and when he had gathered all the people together, there were missing of David's servants 19 plus Asahel. But the servants of David struck down of Benjamin and Abner's men 360 that they killed. And when they took up Asahel and buried him in his father's tomb, which was in Bethlehem, and Joab and his men went all night, and they came to Hebron at daybreak. Hey, Razor, welcome. We just finished 3 chapters of 2 Samuel. Oh, and a couple. Hey, cousin. Yes. Do not forget to hit like and subscribe or give me the red pill and the follow. Um, it would be greatly appreciated. Hi, cousin. How are you? And hi, Razor. How are you? Oh, yeah. Chuck Norris did die. Yeah, I keep forgetting about that. Yeah. Is that what you're doing? If you Is that what you're doing on your channel? Chuck Norris. Everybody keep that in mind. Razor Romano's channel is Chuck Norris. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. We'll go ahead and go over there. Yep, all night. Okay. I don't know if I can stay up all night, but I'll pop over there and give you a like for sure. Or I'll give you a red pill. Yeah, definitely gonna do that. How many minutes are I at? 53 minutes. So, does anybody got anything to say uh before we close down? Like anybody got any stickers to post? Mm. Okay. I don't know how long a delay is. I don't know how long I'm supposed to wait. I don't fucking know. Anyway, is everybody over here on YouTube done? Maybe I should start checking Rumble, but that's like a dead site. I don't know. Maybe it's only dead to me, but I haven't got a subscriber over there in years. Be well, folks. Okay, you're out of here too. Okay. Good night, Razor. I like that sticker. I do. I really like that sticker. I'm gonna add it to my favorites. I'm sorry, but I really like that. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. I don't know. Anyway. All right. Thank you. It is a really cute sticker. Did you make that? Or did you commandeer it? Because I also commandeered mine. To Man, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. So I want to tell everybody, thank you. I love you. It's time to give the pillows some head. Put some lipstick on, put a ring on it, get all over your face. And then give these sheets the best ass ever. I love you. Oh, headquarters made it. Oh, dread quarters. I don't know. But anyway, I love it and I totally commandeered it. Anyway, it's time to give the pillows some head, the sheets some ass, and have the sweetest dreams ever. I love y'all so much. Good night. Bye, cousin. I love you.